Of an East County man who turns blocks of wood into living works of art.
This to turn this into this. We'll meet Jack Britt, master puppet maker, after this. Whether it's a simple set depicting historical events or an elaborate machine using switches and pulleys and cams to operate characters all in very carefully thought out sequences, Jack Britt's boxes of magic lure and captivate every visitor. And Jack joins us today to talk about his work and his love. This really is your love, isn't it, Jack?
Yes, it is, Bill. I enjoy doing this, and now I'm able to share it with the people out in East County.
This was an avocation that you started in the late 70s?
76, 77, started as a hobby.
It just is amazing. You know, to just talk about it, you can't possibly understand all the work that's gone into this. You have the most elaborate things. This one, for example, showing a Keystone Cop scene. Was this one of your early ones?
That's the first one I mechanized. It's not the first I ever carved, but when I made that originally, it did not move. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I could make the wheels on that car turn? And I was able to do that, and sort of from that point I said, well, I'll make the heads turn, the arms move if I can.
Every piece, like this one that shows the Old West, has so many details, so much byplay going on. You know, the fella hammering the anvil and guys playing cards inside. How long does it take you to put together a tableau like this?
When I made the first one, this is one of the early ones too that I mechanized, I would say I have about 2 months in that particular scene and cabinet.
This is a Hollywood movie scene. I know for a while you worked at Old Tucson, which is also the site of many Western films, isn't it?
True. That my wife and I both worked at Old Tucson. We were in the Father Murphy show as extras, and she had been in a John Wayne movie there earlier. And when I was a young man, I lived in Tucson and went to school there and worked part-time at Old Tucson.
Recall the Old West. I want to come out live again and show the folks. You did this specifically for the show today so we could see how these things work. Will you describe this to me as I kind of rotate this? This shows how the movement is done. These, I'm assuming, are all the puppets up here?
Yes, they're not really indicative of anything other than motion. I'm not trying to say that this is a head or whatever, but if I want to get a circular motion, of course, I will make a cam, a round cam, and with an idler, so to speak, on top to
makes that turn around. Now look at all the different cams. These, by the way, are the cams, and these are all different shapes. Now, what do the different shapes accomplish?
Well, this one here gives me a 3 motions. I'm sorry, 3 beats to 1 rotation of the wheel. In other words, this is a bouncing kind of a motion here. Here we've got a dropping motion. You'll see each time it goes up and it drops.
Sure.
That would be like a hammering effect. Here we simply have two motions up. I mean,
isn't that something? 2
for 1 rotation. Here we've got 1. This might represent an arm on one of my people, and the way that I make that arm go up and down is by using a push rod, a lever.
And you invented all these things yourself?
Well, I made them myself. I'm not sure I ever can say I invented the lever, but...
I've never seen the lever. No, you didn't, but I've seen the way you've used it is certainly unique. Let's go from just left to right here and show the folks the kind of things. You go here, you start off first with just a plain block of soft pine.
Yes. Sugar pine.
And why do you pick that kind of wood?
Because it is soft, and I do piece carvings. I do not do solid wood carvings. I use what I call a piece carving method, and that's how I start with a single block of wood.
And this is what you come up to, and then down here, farther, the camera will tilt down just a little bit. This is, you've taken this and glued 2 pieces together here to form the bended leg.
Right. This leg was carved, you know, this way originally, and then I cut it and put it in there. This would be a cowboy, for instance, either a foot on a log, playing a guitar, or whatever.
All right. And then the face. I want to move along to some of the finish. That's the finished product out there is the fellow with the pipe. And here's a typical example of what Jack does with the mechanized things in a smaller version. Can I show you this bank right here? Watch what happens here. Now, as I go up, this is a bank with a mule in it, right? You like mules, don't you?
Right.
All right. Put the coin right in the top right there. Now watch. Whoop. It goes to the bottom. Well, right in the basket, almost. Let's go to some more videotape, and I want to show you these machines that work with coins. Watch this as the coin goes in the slot. Follow this down for me, Jack. What's the rest of this?
Okay, it now is in a little chute, and the coyote just turned around and took it in his right hand. He's going to dump it in his bank. But at the same time, this roadrunner comes out, pulls a string, trips the coin, and it goes down completely out of sight. A door opens, and now you see the coin going up. It will come out a chute and eventually go through a cactus and into a miner's pan, and he throws it into the cart.
Flips it right back. How do you come up with these stories?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you're telling a whole story here with wooden figures.
I don't really have any preconceived idea what I'm going to do. I just put a slot in there and the coin will roll, and I put another slot. Of course, I have to say, too, my wife gave me some ideas on this particular one.
Well, you do a wonderful job. Here's the finished product. I wanted you all to get one little look at some of these wonderful things. Here's how they come out when they're all done and painted. And you don't have to sand them or anything because the loving work of your hands just smooths them right out, and they're just beautiful. I want to stay here and just kind of play with these for a while, okay?